welcome to the Grumuga. It's our Thursday night shorts, and we
pronounced Krav Maga.
Hiya. We are without Iraq tonight, so it's just melon sauce and Smappie.
And Steve.
Okay.
Don't forget Steve.
And Steve.
Yeah, they all know Steve. They don't care about Steve. Steve's just a pretty monkey that pushes the buttons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't even say monkey.
But very pretty. You guys have a show and tell in lieu of Iraq? Didn't even consider that.
I don't. So we'll have to move on.
This
is my water bottle.
Nothing's at my desk.
Okay,
Drinks.
This is my spray painted shirt. That's now
Xbox remote control. This is pretty cool. It's, instead of having to always use your controller to use your Xbox, you just have one of these. So when I'm doing Netflix or YouTube or whatever, I just have this.
Porn.
Yeah.
Or porn.
That's kind of neat. See what I've got.
Steve, nobody wants to see what you have.
This is one of my
when are you going to give me
I just pulled out of the door.
Show me what you got.
Is it a bag of eyeballs?
It's a bag of googly eyes. It's one of many. Bag of googly eyes I always keep on hand.
You should start super gluing that. Super glue those on all of Maggie's things.
Yeah, I did it to our cheese grater. And my mom kind of freaked out. She's like, oh, because it has a little, one of the parts of the grate, it has a little smiley face looking thing. So I stuck these on there.
Because it slices.
Like, look, Mom, she just went, give me a marker. And she put lipstick on it. So that was fun. And now it's no longer used for grating. It sits on a shelf now in the kitchen, dining room. Excuse me.
Well, that was a good story.
Yeah.
On
and
display.
Speaking of kitchens, today we are going to learn how to be good hostesses.
All right, let's do it.
Good.
Yep.
I always wanted to know
earlier about
how to
buffet.
be host.
Have you ever had a tea party? Ever had a tea?
No.
No.
I have some tea right here, though.
Me too. But we are going to learn tonight. You got your learning hats on, boys and girls?
I don't have a hat on.
Oh, it's fine.
At least it's in color.
Yeah. And I looked into this.
46,
it's
geez.
Steve Buffett.
Yeah, low standards, man. At least it's in color.
Well, after some of the shit we watched, I heard the Bigfoot movie was atrocious.
That's Mrs. Cunningham did this.
As Joan is making plans for entertaining a few of her friends at a buffet supper, she asks advice well ahead of
Yes, I want the nastiest strippers you can find. Oh, hi, Grandma.
In terms of etiquette, is also highly practical and logical.
You better make sure you
So
have
she
plenty
asks
of
what
big
food
booty
she should
bitches.
offer, how it should be
That's
served,
important.
and what preparation she should make for arranging a
Big
buffet supper.
booty bitches. Got it.
Buffet.
On the evening of her
That's
party,
high
just
class.
before her guests arrive, June
Gotta have
has
some
everything
premium
ready,
fucking kush
but
too,
she needs
Joni.
help in actually setting the table. The buffet supper is a bit different from other meals.
Oh, it's
in that it
lovely.
is served in the later evening.
Now this
when
is the
only
bed,
a light
right?
meal is wanted. Chairs will not be needed at the table, since the guests will eat informally.
Don't deserve
eating wherever
chairs.
they wish to seat themselves.
They're filthy
A
mongrels,
plain linen
and they should be
tablecloth
happy
is
with the
proper
floor.
for this type of service.
Yo,
But
proper.
it should be laid
says
squarely
Granny.
and smoothly, with the sides hanging evenly. For the care that
That
is
old
shown
woman
in
hasn't had
entertaining
anything hanging
guests is
evenly
meant as a
in
token of
decades.
respect and friendliness. Precision and symmetry are as
How
necessary
do
in
I be
arranging
friendly?
a
What, the
table
tablecloth?
as is the choice of the proper service and decorations.
So if I don't set up the
June
table
wants
right, people are just
candles
going to
on the table,
leave.
and has
Yeah.
to be reminded that this type of candlestick would be good if she were using candles as the principal light for the supper.
Where do you put the
But
water
since
in,
the candles
Grandma?
are not to be the principal light, they should not be placed on the table at all.
What the fuck is this kind of rule? What the fuck are they talking
I
about?
blame it on Steve.
However, her centerpiece
Hey,
of
you have to have the right
fruit is
candles
a
for your
proper
party.
choice.
What?
It
I
is
hear you.
attractive
It's echoing.
without being obtrusive, and it is not expensive.
I'm echoing.
But
Is
it
that
should
what
be
you're saying?
placed exactly in the center of the table.
It's because Steve's drunk over there.
Yeah, get the
June
measuring
enjoys
stick
the
out.
compliment on her centerpiece, but she still has a problem before
Is it
her
just
in
like raw
arranging the
potatoes?
table
Is that what that
so
looks
her
like?
guests can serve themselves without getting in each other's way.
Okay,
The answer
only
is simple.
one
Place
fork.
things around the table in the order in which each guest will help himself. First, the nappy forks. These should
The
not be
nappy forks.
stacked, but laid out singly. Staggering the
Singly?
forks helps the guest to pick one up easily. Each rule of
Because
etiquette
people
has
are
a
too
logical
stupid to
To
pick
pick
up
up
other
one
stuff.
fork
What's
at
on
a
that?
time.
And what may seem to be a small
Oh, it's not
detail
even. Oh,
is
you're
still
such.
a way of
Oh,
showing
fix that.
consideration for a guest. The same
Don't
principle
touch.
applies naturally
It's for
in
guests.
larger matters. The buffet supper as a whole is designed as a simple meal which can be eaten
Oh.
simply. Since the guests will
A
carry
simple
their
meal
food
that can
to
be
another
eaten
room,
simply.
the service is made as simple as
Sounds
possible.
like I wrote this thing.
As simply as
A
possible.
single hot dish
Not
is
as
offered
simple.
and
Mm,
kept warm in a
gruel.
casserole. It may be a meat pie,
Here's the
macaroni
gravy.
and cheese, or whatever you prefer. It
Make
should
sure we
be
put that
substantial,
right on the
but
edge so
need
it
not
just
be
falls
expensive.
right off.
The object is
Smashes.
to offer your guests
Offer
something
everybody a
very
raw
hearty,
potato
but still
and
a
then
food that
an
doesn't
uncooked
require
beet.
a knife for cutting, for they will not be
And
seated at a
So
table.
many
Cut open
rules when
billiard
having
bars.
people
The same
over.
principle
I know,
applies in
Jesus
offering a
Christ.
single cold dish, which is a balance for the
She
hot
looks like
dish.
she's gonna cry at any
June
minute.
has
Probably will.
prepared
She's like,
individual
"Look at old broad
salads
saying
that can
this.
be
This is
placed
too
on the
stressful,
same plate as
having
the hot
fun.
food and can also be eaten easily without awkwardness. The main
They can just
dishes
put their
are
face
spaced
right
about
in
the
it.
table so that
Dude, there's
each
like
guest
I'm
tomatoes
really
just
sorry I
filled
helped.
helping himself
with
to
whipped
each dish
cream.
will
I don't
not be
know.
crowded,
Stuffed tomatoes,
but have
maybe?
They look
ample
like
room.
red onions stuffed with cream cheese.
Here's,
I'm so-
here's your
The other
red
foods may be placed
cream
conveniently
cheese.
between the main
Enjoy
dishes.
the part.
The rolls that June is serving are kept warm.
I really regret
and
calling you for help,
and they've
Grandma.
already been
This is
buttered in the
insane.
In this way, the guest may put the roll on his plate and not be bothered with a bread and butter plate.
Oh
The
my
entire
god,
meal,
bread and
except
butter
for the
plate.
dessert and drink, is put on the single plate, even the relish.
Out there
or
the
hors
vegetables.
d'oeuvres,
It's a
celery,
goddamn
olives, radishes, pickles,
crudité.
and so forth.
Yeah.
Don't say vegetable plate, you
The dessert
heathen.
is
Where's the
served
dr-
on separate plates, which have already
What?
been placed on the table.
Put the whole cake
The
out.
offering of cake calls for another fork, and also in the serving for a cake knife and fork. The
Cake,
dessert
knife,
forks
and
are
fork.
laid singly.
Hey,
like
Mitch.
Mitch, what's happening?
And now our table is completely set. June can be confident and proud of her arrangements.
Now she
She
can
has
kill
a
herself.
pleasing and proper meal prepared for her guests.
She can shove that
There is a hot
fork
casserole
right
dish,
into her neck.
hot buttered rolls, cold
Which one? The cake
individual
fork
salads,
or the dinner
For
fork?
dessert,
Or
there is
the
a
fish fork?
On the
Either.
buffet are the drinks, milk and punch. For older people,
Milk.
they have
What?
coffee.
No.
The guests will help themselves from the
You guys,
tall
milk was
pitcher.
fancy in
Now
1946.
everything is ready. And
They
we
built
can be
tanks on
certain that each guest will be
Oh, that's
fully
right.
aware
Was this-
not
we
only
did
of
watch
the
that.
food, but of the attractiveness and convenience of
37?
the table arrangement.
47?
46.
I believe.
The table arrangement
46,
will
and
be
it's in
seen
color.
itself as a
Yeah,
gesture
I
of
was impressed.
consideration for the guest. And here
Well, I can't
is
wait to
the
get there.
soul of
Have a red onion
Yeah.
and cream
Yeah.
cheese.
of courtesy.
We're learning how to
you
set
get-
up for a dinner party, Mitch.
Eat it like an apple. Oh my
Now,
god.
you get your GIMP
That was it?
costume. I'll lay out the plastic tarp, and we all think of our safe words. That was it. And we're
Wow,
just gonna
that
roll
was-
right in the next one. The next one's a little longer.
Wow.
That was
We are all now dumber for having watched that.
yeah, no, dude, I know how to set this up now. I'm having a dinner party. You guys
And no
are
close-ups.
invited.
I mean, they had a close-up of the
You don't-
fork, and that was it.
You don't just put the dessert out like that before anybody has anything to eat. The dessert's in the back, and then when all the food's gone, cleared, then you bring out the dessert.
This is another one, Marion Ross.
Pomegranates with bull semen. Smappy.
Not of the quick answer, she is, but afraid
I
of
wanna
what
go to
is
that
the
According to
thing
Mitch.
do. Afraid of not knowing what is proper. The president of this club, Barbara,
That must be Marion
That
Ross,
that her friends
Mrs.
serve
Cunningham,
with her on
because
the
she's been in
entertainment
their names twice,
committee,
and
the
it looks like
sponsor
the
is
same
willing
old
that they should go
coot.
ahead.
I'm
The
half
first
expecting
social
Grandma to
event
just
of their
start
season
handing out
is a
paper
mother-daughter
party hats at
tea.
this point.
Now that she's gone,
Barbara knows the girls are fearful.
Barbara
because
knows
they
her
have never
haircut is
attended a
bad.
tea
Yeah.
before.
that one.
Actually,
Don't
they're
look at the
Tonga.
camera.
Tonga wants to go to
one.
lunch.
Anne thinks a tea
That
should
one.
not be as much fun
Oh.
as any kind of game.
Face like a foot.
Yeah,
June
with
is
extra
willing to
elbow
try.
meat.
Corinne is bored, very bored.
It wasn't that bad
However,
until she
Barbara
started
knows that
like
in spite of what they say
talking
or
and it
how
was
they
moving
act,
around.
They are not eager to give a tea because they aren't sure of how they should dress or how they should
He's
be.
baked.
I'm doing your
Eyes.
boyfriends.
Barbara
All of your
isn't finding
boyfriends.
Much enthusiasm,
Except Tonga's.
but at least the girls are agreeing to divide up the work of
Mitch,
preparing.
Mitch says it's
Tonga
a
no have
period
boyfriend.
piece.
Women
Tonga
have been
wants
serving tea
boyfriend.
to their friends
Monarcha.
for a long time, and there is no reason why the girls shouldn't learn how. A tea
I like
is
how
only a formal
they
way
are
of
so
entertaining
socially
and
inept
showing
they don't
respect to
understand what is socially
Etiquette
acceptable
itself is
somehow.
simply the way one
This is just
polite
a
person
tea
shows
party.
consideration for
That's
another.
all they're talking about in this. This is the longer one than the buffet. This is a
Jones
longer
says preparing for the
duration.
tea is the making
Think
of
about-
the
She
tea.
looking up the
Think about
phone
the
book for
types-
people to
Running into
invite.
problems, and would
I
welcome a
hate to
little
say
help.
it, but like think about the types of things that women
Barbara is
had to worry
sympathetic
about and
because
deal
she has
with
gone through
Yeah.
the
back
experience.
then,
1946, yeah.
because of the way
Troubling
that
too.
society was. You know,
But
like
she's
this
right
is what they
herself.
had to worry about.
Right?
I
They
love
won't
not
learn if
voting.
someone else does the work for them. Corinne covers up her not knowing about invitations by pretending that she thinks teas are dull and beneath
Now, see,
her.
when you call this guy, you ask him
And
about
doesn't
his
know
car's
either,
warranty.
So she acts as if the writing
This
of
tea party's
invitations were a
dumb. I'm
useless
fucking
formality,
out.
something that should be done much more
I want to
simply.
go to the Reefer Madness
Of course,
party.
some invitations are made
Yeah.
simply and directly. But should
I'm
the
calling some
invitation for
escorts.
formal tea be made by phone?
No 900
Barbara
number
is
dials.
saying no, definitely no. And should know that
Yeah,
the
she
formality
needs to get a
of the
rolled up
invitation
newspaper
varies with
and
the
a squirt
formality
bottle
of the occasion.
for Tonga
Don't
there.
use the phone. Miss Cleo's
10
supposed
years
to call me.
post-depression.
Tea for just a few close friends, then a phone call might be all right.
He's got nice. They all
Not
got their
what they
hair
are
done up.
planning
They're
is
all
a
wearing
That's the
nice
weirdest
clothes.
bag I've ever
One for
seen.
Yeah,
the
she's got another one
women
with just
above
O's on it.
Hey, Eric, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey,
June thinks it is about time she consulted a book of etiquette and found out for a tea.
The Book of Etiquette.
Now, Anne and June are ready
Is
to
that
admit
like
that they
that's a
Romans?
coaster,
And-
Tonga. Don't eat the coasters.
Gosh, I can't get.
Me no
over
need
it.
to crack
explains that
walnut.
The invitation is like a memorandum. It is sent 2 weeks in advance to allow the guest
Tonga
time to
itchy
plan
with
on
flea.
attending. The invitation needs to give only the name, the date, the hour, and the place. But it may
That's
give
all.
What, when,
And nothing
where,
else.
Why?
It may be
Yep,
thought
no
of as
why.
telling, like a newspaper story, the who, what, why, when,
And this is
where.
my stash. You can have a little. Try a little.
Is this something else for
Shown
Tom?
in the
Eat?
etiquette
Puff puff
books do
pass,
not
Junie.
have
It's
to be
puff
followed
puff pass.
strictly. They can be varied to meet
That's
different
written in the
needs.
etiquette book. All right.
Barbara is willing to make out an invitation form for their use.
Barbara's
but she
willing to
doesn't
make
insist
out.
that
Oh,
they all
right.
happen to
This
write
film just got
so that they may
interesting.
practice their learning. Barbara and June believe they
Are
have
willing
the
to make
invitation
out.
made out correctly now.
See, they made out.
But have they?
Oh, they only made out
Amen.
halfly.
Her handwriting is perfect.
Fucking immaculate, dude. Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Look
I
at that
couldn't write. I
shit.
couldn't write that well if I had a ruler up
From 4
to it.
until
Hold it
6.
right in the
Tonga
morning.
want dead squirrel for Christmas. Here.
And now
Tonga
there's
can't
another
the
matter
list.
that Barbara is concerned
Oh, her.
Tonga
Oh, jeez.
also wants
writing itself.
furry
She wrote it
rabbit
with her
skin.
foot.
Be flattered
I mean,
to
just because she
receive
has an
invitation
opposable
as
thumb on her
messy as
foot,
this.
it doesn't mean
Something
she's
about
right.
going camping on Friday.
Anne can write clearly and evenly, and she should. So that her
Tonga
handwriting
like
can
you
be
Looks like she
brow.
just
Good
has
dog.
one
This is all that is required of her.
Cro-Magnon brow.
A handwritten invitation is meant to be a friendly and personal message.
Okay, now that looks like my handwriting because you can read it, but it looks
The
like shit.
10 Arrows Club requests the
Timers,
pleasure
the
of
10
your
Timers
company.
Club. Wow, they're
Your
10
writing doesn't
timers.
have to be perfect.
No wonder they're not
or
married.
An engraved card.
Try again, you
But
stupid
as a matter
bitch.
of courtesy, the person who receives it should be able to read it easily.
She's a bit judgmental.
None of you stupid bitches
One
are
of the
good.
RSVP in the corner. Would please reply be better.
How do you spell RSVP?
Anyway,
What's that stand
Barbara
for?
is making the girls learn the basic ideas.
Responde.
Anybody
The
know?
invitation should be as formal
Responde,
as the
s'il vous plaît.
occasion will be. And that the
real?
form of the invitation,
For real, yeah.
the basic ideas
In the
of
chat, what does
respond
RSVP
quickly.
stand for? Tell me, chat. I need to know.
the invitations
Steve
have been
just
sent
told
out
you.
and the replies are beginning to come back.
Tonga got big
But
walnut.
still, there is
We
no
found
real
Wilson.
enthusiasm for giving
Wilson
tea.
walnut.
As far as the girls are
A
concerned,
basketball or a
it is all Barbara's
An
idea
onion.
Benoit.
or the club's idea. The tea
It's a
is
Benoit
still
ball?
long way
For
off.
her.
They are not eager to be planning for something they don't expect to enjoy.
She could shoot it across.
She's
the
like
football
pissed they're not
field.
taking it serious enough.
Because they think the party
Oh, you dumb
Black one.
bitches.
Look, she's
They
legitimately
think these
pissed.
parties are involved
She is.
and stuffy
Take this
only because
seriously.
They don't know.
How old are these
I'm gonna
women?
make you memorize the book of etiquette.
She
Probably
insists
my
that if
age
they
or
don't learn the
younger.
etiquette of attending teas, they can never
Really
enjoy
sexual
them.
vagina
And if they
party.
never go to teas, they will be missing a very
That was close.
enjoyable way of meeting friends and making new ones. The etiquette is easy to learn if
That's
they will
RSVP.
just pay a little attention to it.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I gotta get my watch
The
fixed.
replies to their invitations. Do they know how a reply should be made correctly?
You smell nice.
Oh
She's really
man.
getting in there.
Nice.
It all makes
Accept with
sense.
pleasure the kind invitation
Dude,
of the
that's
Teen
great
Time
handwriting
on
there.
Friday,
Look at
the
that.
6th
No, it's
of
Teen
October,
Timers.
family
No wonder my
Jun-
grandmothers acted the way
Jun
They did.
Jimers.
this is how they were brought up.
What, where, when of the
Yep.
invitation. Again,
Tonga
not
sleepy.
nearly as stiff as it first seems.
Until you keep playing with it.
Apparently, Corinne
I'm
thinks
all-
that there is
oh, I'm
one
back here
part of the
again?
tea that she will enjoy, the formal
I dressed it up like Birdman.
However,
Wipe my
June
butt.
and Anne think she is overdoing
Wipe his
it.
Like
butt,
who?
Maggie.
Like Rain Man?
Definitely, so does Barbara.
I made this out of your
Oh,
neighbor's
yes.
dog. What do you
And
think?
it requires formal
Murder
dress.
lady.
Yes.
Tonga
The
tracked
formal
it down
dress
for
must
me and
be
killed it
Look
with
at
her
her.
bare hands.
In the first place, Corinne will be acting as a hostess, not a guest. She will not be wearing a coat, let alone a fur coat.
good thing she
her
wore one.
shoulders are showing. Uh-oh.
Corinne argues that she ought to be
Steve,
allowed
give me
to
a
wear
wah-wah.
what is coming to her.
There you go.
You're like 30 seconds late on that
June
one.
and Anne
Yeah.
think she would look silly trying to serve tea to guests in an ensemble.
I think
Tonga
my face is
farted,
more
it
feminine
smelled
than that
bad.
girl's. Like, I'm not even
If she were
kidding.
a guest, and if she were going to an extremely formal tea, she would still be far overdressed. Good taste in dress depends more on line and color than on richness or ornamentation.
Why are your
Moreover,
gauntlets
in
made from
acting as a
toilet
hostess,
paper?
Corinne will dress quite simply. No gloves, and certainly not.
That's
the
not a
long
glove, that's a
white gloves
gauntlet.
which are
God,
intended
even
for
I know
formal
that.
evening wear.
Those are called gauntlets on even for them?
Yeah.
Jewelry should not
Oh.
be overdone.
It's a toe chain
Sure
from
they
your
have
dad's
a-
pickup. What do you
See,
think?
this is the
Prettier
beginning of the
name.
porno. When they start taking everything off.
There is nothing at all
They're talking
wrong in
about it.
Corinne's
What are you
Pretty
talking?
soon,
This
gonna
is
be-
is
She must
40s
learn
porn.
what is in
It
good
is.
taste.
Wow, 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 wow.
Barbara changes the subject to ask Corinne what she is planning as entertainment for the tea.
I
Corinne
think
confesses that
Neanderthal
she
there
hasn't even
has
thought of it.
like antacid buildup or something. Look on
And
her
the
face.
suggestion of a basket.
Hey, this thing
Well,
gauntlet's
no.
as big as Tonga's balls. Fooey.
should be
She's
something that
gone.
everyone at the tea, young and old alike.
Is it a magic trick?
Corinne has suggested dramatic
And she
reading.
ran out of the room.
She, of course, would do the acting, something
Well,
like the
I don't like to
sandwiches
stroll.
offer.
I prefer the pole.
But Barbara and June seem to
Oh.
believe
Neither
that
of us
Corinne's
like the
acting
pole.
might not be as entertaining
This
as
is,
you think.
what's
Barbara
the
and
word?
June, just why they even bring these two?
Pathetic?
Wow, wow, wow.
It's like
It
sad?
would be a simple way of dressing for the tea. The dirndl is simple and colorful.
I'm
but
not
has
wearing
the
any
other degree of
underwear.
lax
Remember, this is
dignity.
the dairy industry when they were
Corinne
showing off
carried
the.
idea of formal dress to one extreme and
Yeah,
is
right.
going to the other. Barbara is trying to explain that etiquette, choosing the correct dress for each occasion, doesn't require a large or expensive wardrobe. Good taste
Hers
doesn't
have to be
require
kind of large, maybe not expensive.
But
Steve,
etiquette and
straight to
taste
hell
must
with
be
you.
worked. The dresses they'll wear as hostesses will be formal but simple. While serving tea, they
Yeah,
will
that
not want
looks
to be
simple.
encumbered with gloves.
Simple. It's
not
hats,
simple.
heavy ornaments,
That's
or
not
accessories.
simple. It's got like 3 pieces to it, a giant bow in the back, some gloves.
Gotta wear.
And
You have to wear a
good taste
corset
requires that
underneath
each
and
person
Uh-huh,
choose clothes
stockings,
that
high
fit
heels,
personality.
makeup.
stockings and
That's
gauntlets.
only sensible
Mm-hmm.
too.
And that's just your clothes. You're not even talking about your hair or your makeup.
And
Chastity
wanting
belt.
to wear her tailored suit is wrong
Also that.
for her as a hostess.
Tonga
Although
feel
it
like
would be all right for a
comfortable
guest.
now.
Actually, that looks
Moreover,
really
the
good
lines
compared to
of
what
tailored
all the
suit
others
are
are
wrong
wearing.
for her figure and make her look heavier.
Wow.
At least Tonga got big cans.
Certain of what is correct and in good taste, Barbara suggests that
My
they
milkshake
put on
bring
a
all the
show
boys to
as
the
entertainment for the tea.
Hey, who gives
That's
a
right.
shit?
They better than yours.
That's my
Everyone,
question.
old and young. Or would they prefer
What
a
did it
musical,
be
films,
curdled?
book reviews? Suddenly, another question rises. Should the type of entertainment have been mentioned on the invitation?
Strippers!
Barbara has to admit she doesn't know.
What kind of entertainment are they going to have? We're going to turn the radio on, everybody.
Yeah, like, oh, knock on wood.
A few days of the tea, and
This sterling silver,
She has
delicious.
at last admitted to herself that she has much to learn. She knows she is bungling even though she is trying hard. But she isn't
Oh,
sure of
yeah.
anything.
Yes.
Liquid come out of
Where the
tip,
teapot
just
should be
like
placed,
for Tonga and
where the
bathroom.
cups should be, or the spoons and plates.
Tastes the
How
same
the lemon
too.
or cream and sugar are offered. These are details, but they
No,
make
you
all the
don't
difference
just start
between being
scooping the
grateful
Wow.
same
and being
spoon and
awkward.
everything.
I mean, I think it's a bad idea they invite her,
Now
but I think it's
start
even
with
a
your
worse
finger.
idea they
And
shaved her
when she hears her
and
friends
She
brought her
has
back
lots
from
to
the-
learn.
and make them show her
Did she just
what is
pour that
right.
out on the ground?
No, well, dude, they didn't give her real tea. She just got a cookie as a freaking reward.
She just
'cause
emptied the
stood
cup
up.
on the ground.
Yeah, but there was nothing in it.
Intrigued.
They didn't
And
trust
they're
her with
sympathetic
liquids.
Anne because these same problems
She poured the
have been
tea
bothering
in
lick-
it,
them.
Yeah.
and then just
It
went.
was all fake.
Anne
It's
is
make-believe.
discovering that there are a lot of small questions.
Is that the
need
same
to be
table as in the last video?
She is
Is that
Could,
table's
Could
tiny?
could be. I think Marion. This is Marion Ross's house, maybe.
Yeah,
What would the
mention your
men be
name one
saying
more
if you
time.
showed them this back
how the
then?
pourer should serve correctly. And afterwards,
know.
she wants to be shown how a guest should act.
Was she going to a funeral?
She would like to know, even though
This
she
is the
won't
what?
Black
Oh,
veils.
yeah,
You wear that to a party?
I dressed up like Catwoman.
As for the pouring, that is
See,
simple.
there's no.
Everything
no
is
tea
placed
in
where
there.
it can be reached easily. Then
And now she's
one
gonna pour
pours in
fake
a way
milk
that
in
is
there and
efficient,
dump a
but
bunch of
also
sugar in there, and then
develops
she's
graceful
gonna pee in it.
You put the sugar down, and then you pour the chilled absinthe on that.
habits. As to how
And
a
it
guest
dissolved the
should
sugar.
act, that is simple too. Barbara knows.
Here, you
the
can filter the
questions that are
drink
in
through
the
my
minds of
wig.
the others.
Or, yeah, never mind.
So she will show them the answers.
And
What a
then she
great
left
guest.
the room.
Seat your guest and leave. Yep.
I
Just
Yeah,
like
well,
fast food
okay.
service these days.
Now this is what I'm not understanding quite yet. Is this one in the yellow dress is hosting the party, obviously, right?
Yeah, they got Barbara, I think, or June.
Well, it's not
Yeah,
a party. She's just teaching them.
Yeah, well, I thought she's hosting a party. Then she's teaching them to host a party because it's her party. She should be the one dealing with all this shit.
No, I think this is like just a training seminar.
I think
about
they're
how to
learning
hold a tea
together.
party.
The guest will take her.
They're learning
She's
how to
teaching the
pour
three of
tea.
them.
will continue to
Okay.
fast and eat or drink. And when she is finished, she will place her plate out of the way.
For the men.
It is all very simple and really quite enjoyable when one learns
Pour out
how.
what you don't like into the flower pot.
This narrator wants to stick a gun in his mouth. I can tell.
Ugh.
Then comes the tea itself.
Now
All is going
party!
smoothly. The guests are being received, and Barbara
Okay, she
hopes
cleans
the
it.
girls
That's a
will
nice
find
dress.
the tea
I'll give her
to be
that.
Fun. Anne is
Where
meeting
are
the
they
guest
now?
of
They're just
honor,
in a
someone like
ballroom?
herself.
And in their
That's why
house?
She should not be
Uh-oh.
chewing gum. There's one mistake for Anne, but she's not letting it trouble her.
Now get the fuck out of here,
As the
bitch!
mother
Saw
and
teeth
daughter
like
sit
that, I was
table,
riding on a trail of
ready to
horses.
serve them.
It's the first thing I saw from behind there.
So only 2 people could sit at the table at a time for tea?
So far, there have been no difficulties in the making and receiving of introductions. And Barbara hopes
Oh.
her girls will do well, even though she didn't drill them.
See, I think that's the old broad from the.
Oh, I
They
bet she
should
got
know the
drilled.
fundamentals of waiting to be introduced, of introducing a younger person to an older one, of shaking hands only
Say, do
when
you have the
person
gray
to
sedan
whom you are
parked out front?
introduced
You're
offers
blocking
a
me
hand.
in. I don't want to be here.
June is
Why does that
doing
woman
very
have a
well,
shortcake on
but
her?
Anne is inclined to be athletic in her handshake.
Angel
Calling
food cake.
Too
I
theatrical.
like to pretend I'm looking at a goose's ass.
However,
Get one on your head.
improvements in the girls' manners will depend on their seeing the need for
She has
improvement.
pineapple rings in her
The
hair.
girls see the need when they realize that etiquette is primarily the means by which one shows
delicious.
his respect and
No,
When
her
does the
dad's a
scissoring
moil.
for
start?
another.
Those aren't pineapple.
A party is essentially a way of showing friendliness. It is the friendliness
And a reason for
respect,
people to
and
throw up in your
consideration that
house.
count, that are really enjoyable.
This
Oh,
bitch
the
wearing a wedding
entertainment
dress.
It could be larger
Jesus
or
Christ.
smaller, more formal or less. The service could be elaborate or very simple. And still, the most important thing would be the real sociability
On the rocks,
behind
please,
it.
with a whiskey chaser.
And, for instance, has no difficulty in getting along with her school friends.
Tonga sing for you now.
Oh, she got
Twinkle,
something.
twinkle,
So she knows how to act
little
towards them.
star. Fuck you.
Soon, perhaps, she will be at ease with any group of people. These are the things that have to be learned.
8 to the bar and
The
swing it.
stylist, for example, is very much like Corinne, but she has learned not to be
Let go.
affected or
Let
theatrical.
go. Let
For
go.
such
I don't
manners
like to be
offend
touched.
those who don't
Oh,
understand
why
them.
do you think I'm wearing gloves? I'm a germaphobe. Let me go.
understands
Hi,
Corinne
sailor.
She looks
and
like a
her
Keebler
theatrical
elf.
handshake and simply pulls it down to the proper level.
Wow.
Aren't you adorable? I'll have you chained up and
She looks like Jared Leto as the Joker.
I think she started drinking long before the tea party.
To the pourers in the most gracious
She hit
way
mom's
knows.
mama's little helper in the pantry.
I think she is Mama's little helper.
A big.
Corinne feels especially friendly toward the stylist and finds it a genuine.
Hey, she's
Right.
pouring her own. Is she
What's
allowed
with
to do
that
that?
girl in the white dress? That
Also,
looks
Corinne
more
is
like
aware that the
something you'd wear in the
stylist is
bedroom,
demonstrating,
not
as
something you'd wear to a
Barbara
tea
has shown
party.
us,
I think this
That's
one's
something I would wear in
Look
the
at her.
bedroom.
I think this one's
Oh,
like,
we know.
yes.
interfering with her
You look
concentration.
nice.
Nice beanie cap, lady. Why you have a homeless man beanie?
Corinne is realizing, too, that she might never have made the stylist's acquaintance.
Would you
if it
like
were
to
not
come see
for
my
the tea.
fire barrel?
For
We can
her,
climb to
this
the
is a
cardboard box
strong
together.
argument in favor of tea.
I think I see a love connection.
I did too, dude. I saw it like the moment that they saw each other in the freaking other scene.
Wow, that's a.
She's into it.
The tea
She is
already
way into
a
her.
success.
She's like, yeah,
Yeah,
it
she didn't
does
think it
smell
was
like
that
fish.
funny, but she's laughing.
Beyond their value as food, they are a symbol of hospitality. They are a mark and a gesture of friendliness. And they are served in a manner that is intended to show respect for a guest's dignity and good breeding. The
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
silver teapots could just as well be china.
Wow.
The food much simpler. And still, the
I
important.
thought you were supposed to move the chairs back so everyone could stand.
That was for the buffet.
That's a buffet party. You can sit at a tea party.
See, they cut up the cake. They're individual slices.
It would seem
for a
that
tea
she too
party.
was enjoying the party in a way she didn't.
This one's still
intend to.
Have
chewing
lemon
gum.
squares at a tea party.
Look
Everybody
at her, she's
knows
just
that.
grabbing everything with her hands.
And cucumber
Don't
sandwiches.
just grab
probably.
cookies with hands. and
Yeah,
give it to
cucumbers,
the customer.
exactly.
And there's a penny.
And little
One
macaron
shouldn't
cookie
take accidents too
sandwiches.
seriously.
See, they should have left her in the
Except to see that
backyard
they
on the
don't
chain.
happen again. The guest of honor puts Anne at ease by congratulating her, ironically, on playing a
Oh,
fast
that was a
game and
guest of
making a good
honor. The
shot.
old biddies were guests of honor. Now
The
they're going to put on a
sponsor
show.
explains that
Nice.
This show is intended
Nice.
only as a beginning. Style is not the same thing as
Oh,
fashion.
Steve, how much longer is this?
Style
It's a
is the
personal
use of
question.
definite principles of design.
Not
It
much
doesn't
longer.
require
It can't be.
expensive clothes, but it does require good taste.
A couple minutes.
Style
Okay,
is
'cause
the
my
art of
headset's
enhancing
about to die, that's
one's
right.
personality through clothes. It involves the
And now I'd like to do an
practical
excerpt from the
considerations of
Vagina
how to emphasize
Monologues.
Good features and balance the other of how to
That was
use
chapter
lines,
1.
colors, fabrics, so as to meet the problems of the individual figure.
It's called
The
a
tall figure is broken with
tablecloth.
horizontal lines. The
I
short
found it in
figure
the
heightened with
kitchen.
vertical lines. One person appears larger in
Boo!
white.
Get off the
The
stage!
heavy person looks smaller in black. If the hips are large, attention is focused on the
And
shoulders
our
or bump.
how
The
the
thickness or
Did you say
thinness
butt?
of fabrics can seem
if the
to
hips
add
are
or
large,
take off
she's
weight.
got a stain in front.
Colors and color combinations are used like lines and accessories.
Think she's
for
leaking.
effect. It is by the artful use of principles
That
like
was their
these
And that
fashion
is
show.
my hair.
that a
Hooray.
woman learns to dress in a way that suits her
$4 a
personality.
minute.
As the stylist begins to analyze the first series,
There's this
of
guy.
pictures in terms of good
Begins to look at
design,
them.
the sponsor takes an opportunity to congratulate Barbara and the committee on their success.
Oh,
The girls are
it was a
enjoying
success.
themselves. Their fears
Touching,
are
bad
gone.
touch.
They can look forward with pleasure to other parties. Each of the girls has learned for herself the real meaning of etiquette.
Oh,
So now
Did
we
they?
know.
thank God we learned that.
They gave
Wow.
that 5 stars. Eesh. I don't know if I would. I enjoyed it though. I got a kick out of that one. It
Yeah.
it was a
It was good
hoot.
for riffing.
Yeah, that's I do agree. So, you guys want to watch Curse of Bigfoot? I can cue it up real quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and log off, guys. You guys have a good night.
I never got to see it, so yeah, go ahead and
Smappie, you're
start it.
not
Oh.
missing.
Go ahead and start it.
I will-
My headset will be dead by that point,
I can-
so go ahead.
You might.
I can
You may
confidently
want to.
say I will never ever watch that movie again.
It's on YouTube. If anyone else wants to try it out, I did post it on YouTube. It's bad. It's probably the worst one. Worse than 2889, Smappy.
I did see your guys' comments after the show when you were texting each other.
It was
about how
harsh.
It was.
You guys needed to hold each other after that.
It was hard to make
bad.
it through the first 5 minutes of that, and it was an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes of just a monster walking through and a dog barking. That's all. It was just a monster walking and a dog barking. And that wasn't even one of the monsters.
Reused shot.
There were
Right.
2 monsters. But it's just so bad. So bad. But we're getting a break next weekend. Or this weekend. We're watching a fun little not fun, a cool Western from 1936.
What's it called?
And it's not. It's called Aces and Eights. Apparently, it's a cursed hand. I guess I don't know. It's some.
Is it a dead man's hand? What's a dead man's
something
hand?
like that? Yeah, I don't know exactly what the dead man's hand is, but I think that's what they call it in this. As a matter of fact, I watched the first couple minutes of it. But it's got Tim McCoy, of whom I've never heard of before. I have no idea anything about this, but it looks like it should be fun. And the film's good quality, so it's not like there's going to be a lot of cuts and stuff. It looks pretty good, but it's like a lone gunman comes to the aid of a Mexican family. Yeah, typical Western story, but it looks like it could be fun. We got a lot of good high reviews.
Most of what we watched.
It can't be worse than Curse of Bigfoot.
No, I don't think much is.
That's the worst movie I've ever seen. I can say that with complete confidence.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of bad movies.
I've seen a lot of shitty movies. I used to watch movies that were like shitty horror movies just to get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Like it's not even campy. It's just pure boring.
Just pure horrible. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean like Birdemic, Shock and Terror, and Plan 9 from Outer Space, and Monster Beach Party Cove, or something like that. Those are bad, but nothing close to.
I'm glad I missed it.
Yeah,
I went to Galaxy's Edge instead.
You picked a very good week to skip.
Yeah,
I went to go see that Star Wars attraction at Disney.
Nice. Good.
Mm-hmm. Meh.
Yeah, it's kind of what I saw. I've seen a lot of video of it.
It looks really good, but it's all new Star Wars shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
They have the Millennium Falcon there, like a full scale one that you can walk around. And when you get on the ride, you'll go around the back of it. Looks great. One thing that bothers me is all these pipes and shit that are sticking out.
The hell is an aluminum Falcon?
If you ever got shot, I mean, are those pipes valuable? They're on the outside of the ship. Are they pumping shit through the outside of the ship?
I think those are called greebles.
But it was all new Star Wars, which I hate. So it looked great. It looked just like new Star Wars sets, but
missed opportunity.
Yep. It was poo-poo.
That's called a greeble or a nurney, by the way.
Did have blue milk though. They had blue milk.
Cool. Did you have to milk it yourself?
And it was basically.
Oh, you sipping blue milk?
Yeah, it was basically pina colada.
Milk with food coloring?
So, yeah, coconut.
Yep.
Makes sense.
It was
flavored.
It was rum in it. There was actual rum in it. They had blue milk and green milk, but one was rum and one was tequila, and it was meh. It was okay.
Why'd you drink that creature's milk? It's green.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a minute? I'm gonna go grab something. All right.
It's just in battery low in my ear again.
Sick.
My stick.
Low.
My stick is better than battery.
This is dead air, Steve. What's happening?
Yeah, way to go,
Where'd
Steve.
you go?
Could have done this without streaming, Steve. Oh, there goes my headset. I won't be able to hear him.
Me here with Smappie. We gotta.
I'm just gonna sign language him when he
fill
comes
the
back.
time.
Right?
Now, Smappie can't even hear me. So, who am I talking to? Who's still in the chat?
Speak slower so I can read your lips.
Still have anybody in the chat?
You mother.
I guess he's gone.
I like how quick Steve was.
So,
he was quick.
Women's etiquette party. It was real fun.
He had an abortion. I'm trying to read your lips. He had an abortion. He didn't. Okay, he didn't.
No.
No.
What'd I miss?
He didn't even bring it. What?
Nothing. I thought you were going to show us something.
No, it was. So speaking of blue milk,
Hey, Chris.
I remember 1977.
1977.
1977. I remember in the theater, And I went,
Leathers.
I know what that is.
Holy shit.
That's the cup Luke
This is
Skywalker
my
drinks.
Duck Dynasty cup.
What? He hasn't stopped
Oh.
talking, Melon. What's wrong
Trying to
with
read your lips, Steve. I have no audio.
him? Oh,
This-
this 1977 watching the
This is
Star
my
Wars
Duck
movie.
Dynasty cup, and this is when I pee
This is what Luke
in
Skywalker
at
was drinking the
night when
blue
I
milk
have to
out
go to
of.
the potty and I'm too
You
lazy
pee in that at night,
to
Steve?
go to the bathroom. Here we go. Nailed it. Up the shut fuck. I think
Yeah.
I got that one.
Ah. Watch it on YouTube. All right, we're gonna get rid of Smappy here. Mel, you got anything else?
Well, this is really more entertaining when I can't hear you.
Oh. No, I don't think I got anything else. Ready for Saturday feature. We don't have any more etiquette videos to show us. I'm really,
No, there was just the two.
really glad I know how to host a tea party
Blow
now.
out your asshole. Oh, smells.
No, that's it. Oh,
My
we talked
finger
about
smells
what's,
like poo.
we may or may not have E-Rock.
It's hard to read Steve's lips because he has so much facial hair.
Well, you didn't
It's
read
like
my
trying
lips
to watch
very.
a polar bear take a shit.
up.
You didn't read my lips very well, and I don't have a beard, so.
All right, we're gonna call it till Saturday.
Is he making
guess
his
so.
last will
Dude,
and
set up
testament
the
now?
Smappy. All right, well, Melon, say goodnight.
Melon, say goodnight. Say goodnight, Smappy.
Say goodnight, Smappy.
Good
Okay.
night, Smappy. And everyone
night,
check out
Smappy.
Groovy Movie Gang. Well, you know what it's called.
I saw Groovy
Gang.
Movie Gang in there.
I said that already. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you watched.
Caress my nipples.